and Michaela Perez.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Welcome back to New Day, to September 6th, 7 o'clock in the East. We're covering a lot this morning, including breaking developments in the Syrian crisis. Right now, President Obama is in Russia for the G20 summit, lobbying world leaders to strike. But he is losing support at home. So, will he take his case directly to you, the American people? Meanwhile, let's remember for a minute that this is all about the innocents on the ground and the pain there. That's what started this dialogue. We have Dr. Sanjay Gupta live on the ground with Syrian refugees, looking at the very real consequences of that civil war.
And also this morning, we're looking at George Zimmerman back in the spotlight. His wife now filing for divorce just 2 months after he was acquitted in Trayvon Martin's murder. What drove them apart, and why does he keep on getting in trouble with the law ever since that acquittal? His lawyer, Mark O'Mara, will be joining us live.
And a great story. The quick-thinking actions of a pair of young men helped save a woman's life. They saw her in the backseat of a car and noticed that she mouthed the words, "Help me." They called 911. Police were able to rescue her. Turns out she'd been abducted at gunpoint. We will speak live with one of those young heroes coming up.
All right, but first, this hour, the White House applying the full-court press for a military strike against Syria. If President Obama ultimately decides to use force against the Assad regime, we're getting a much clearer picture this morning of what it might look like. We're also finding out about the possible repercussions of it all. Covering this story like no other network. Live at the Pentagon this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Hey, Kate, this morning the U.S. Embassy is on alert. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that the U.S. has intercepted communication, Iran ordering militants in Iraq to attack the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad and Americans there in Iraq. I've been at that embassy when it was shelled by mortars and attacked by other weapons. It is a fortress, but the State Department has reissued another warning to Americans who are living outside that compound. The report says this attack would be retaliation only if the U.S. conducts an airstrike on Syria. And we're learning new information there as well. A U.S. official is telling me that basically one of the options now being considered are airstrikes involving long-range bombers. These would be American pilots, possibly flying